Bam! How's it going? How's it going? Yeah, it's TJ here. And I am trusting that you're doing well. And as it is, we are always talking anything and everything around property. And today it is a very special day. I think it's 16 July, 16 June today. And in South Africa, we celebrate youth. It's a youth day today. And I thought, let's come out. Let's come out and have a quick discussion around property and the youth, right? Property and the youth. So the youth that I'm talking about, if you are 60, you're not youth. If you are 50, you're not youth. You know, the days have gone. And let's just call this the under 20, the under 30s, right? So who's the under 30s? It could be anyone, you could be anywhere, you could be wherever you are in the country, it doesn't really matter. What really matters here is that you're in under 30s. And I think this really came out, if I'm to look at it, in my business that you guys know already, M5 Property Addicts, we've got employees, and some of these employees are within their late 20s. And I've been looking at some of them within this week, and I said to myself, actually, it wasn't just within this week, but it was basically within the entire month. And I was thinking around it to say, how best can I help these guys? Best can I help the guys who are in their under 30s? And if you're in under 30, if you're in under 30, 30 and below, this message here is for you. The reason why I am live right now is basically to engage with you. Right. So as an under 30, what were some of the other things back in the days when I was in my under 30 that I wish I actually knew today? You know, I'm above 30. If you didn't know, now you know, right? So you can call me Uncle TJ because I'm above 30. But this message here is basically for people within their under 30s, right? Now, if you're not under 30s and you've gone past 30, I want you to reach out to someone right now. You can share this on your page. You can share this with your circle when the video is done. And you can go through and engage other people who is under 30s. So here is the story. My story when I was under 30. And this is, I think, no different from a lot of people. Uh, when you are starting off, coming through from, getting through your education, and this is the narrative that is there within today. And I think that narrative is also a little bit gone. It's under the water. And that narrative is basically, go to school. Once you go to school, you're going to get some good grades. And when you get a good grades, then you're going to get a good job. I almost want to say to you guys, I think that story or narrative is slowly coming to an end. That's not how people are making money these days. We get 9-year-olds, look at it on YouTube, guys that are 9-year-olds literally making millions. We have millionaires that are 9-year-olds, and they haven't been to school. They haven't done the degrees that you're chasing. Am I saying that the degrees are bad? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm basically saying is that let's look into the trends of what is happening today. And I want us to look into those trends and say, how does it apply in our market in terms of South Africa, in terms of Africa? I know that for some of you, you might be saying, hey, TJ, we are third world. So some of these things, they don't apply in our markets. They do. They do. It's working here in our markets. So back in the days when I was in my under 30s, the whole idea of going to work was, if you get a job, all of your problems are sorted. But is that the case? How many of you are in a job right now today, but that job is not giving you what you are wanting? So I almost want to also say that it's not really about the job. It's potentially about you. Do you actually know what you are looking for? Because when you're in your 20s, let's just talk about it. You've finished either the degree, the diploma that you have finished, and now you're going into the workplace. And a lot of people, you think that you got this degree, or you think whatever certification that you got, you deserve a better job and you deserve a better salary. It doesn't mean that. I'm telling you this as someone else who also used to believe that when I started off. But as someone else who is now an employer, I am telling you that it doesn't work like that. Yes, I bank that you have gone through, you have done your 5 years, your 3 years, you have done your 2 years. It's been hard. I understand that. But the real world doesn't work like that. How does the real world work? It works in the form of skills. What kind of skills do you have? If you have the skills, then boom. And I'm seeing quite a lot of guys now, and I'm very, very excited with this. As and when you're in school, whatever school it is, let's just say the diploma or the degree that you have, as you are going into the school, make sure that it is not just the education that you're going to get, but also during holidays, during weekends, you are actually jumping in to be doing something else that gives you a skill. So I remember very well, I saw a post of a lady, I can't remember her name, and basically she was doing a law degree. And within the law degree that she was doing, she was actually a cashier at Checkers, right? So for the whole period that she's learning, but she was a cashier at Checkers. And we look down on people that are, serving us in those areas, and we're like, yeah, they're nothing and all of those things. But the reality is that when she left Checkers, when the degree came in, number one, she had the skill of engaging with people. A lot of people leave their school and they start working. They have no idea on how to engage with others. And that's just a reality. You are not afraid of the working environment. You're not afraid of working intelligently and working smart with other people. It's different from being at school. So what am I saying? Get some skills that are outside what you're being educated around. So when I left school, what was the thing that was in my head? Well, Papa and Mama says, go and get a job. So I did. I went to get a job. Was it the best job? No. One of the things that, if I'm to look back, that I failed upon is I didn't know what I already wanted. So it kind of like went through what the business, or should I say, the employment was offering me. That's what I went with, but I didn't know what I wanted. So if you're in your under 30s, spend some time and figure out what is it that you want to do. That's very, very key. Look around you and see whether there is anyone else that you want to be like, right? Do you want to be like Jeff Bezos? Do you want to be like Uncle TJ? Do you want? So look at people within your circle, your immediate circle, people that you can look up to and say, hey, Mr. So-and-so, you're a good architect and whatnot, what I want to be an architect. And then the second thing that you need to be doing is spend more time volunteering. So volunteer your time. You've got plenty of time, right? You've got plenty of time. So spend more time volunteering into learning new skills. So what's going to happen if you have to volunteer, let's say to me in my office and say, hey, TJ, I'm here. I want to learn and I don't know anything, but in my heart, I've got a passion for property. Can I join your team? And I'm dedicating for the next 6 months. I have every day 8 hours. How best can I jump in? I'm like, that's a free resource to me. But guess what? You are not being a free person to me, because everything that I am doing, you are going to learn for free. And you're going to be learning for free whilst you're actually doing it. So you're learning and you're practicing it at the same time. When you go to university or in all of these work places where you get your diplomas and things like that, you don't get that. So you get a little bit of it, but you don't get the full shebang. So let's assume that you want to be, so I'm just talking to people that are interested in property. It will make sense to come through and volunteer to me. I'm not saying that volunteer to me. There's many people out there in your towns, wherever you are, where you can volunteer. So that was the second thing that I wanted to speak to. The third thing, why am I saying you need to volunteer? When you're volunteering, you're giving off yourself, your time, you're giving off to learn, you're giving off so that you're giving off to someone so that someone can then be able to give you as well. So naturally they're going to reciprocate and you are going to benefit. At the end of the day, you are going to benefit. Hey, what about if you volunteer to give me into a deal, right? I'm just giving you an example here. You say to me, TJ, I've got a deal. I don't know whether this deal is going to work. And then you come into my office, you volunteer and say, TJ, I want to learn how to crack these deals. I'm available. Teach me, please. I've got a teachable spirit. I'll be here at 6 o'clock. I'm going to leave here at 9 o'clock every night. Okay? What can I do? Fill up my space. Every Saturday and Sunday, I am here. Be relentless in asking those questions or in asking those people. One day, there's going to be a breakthrough. You're going to get someone else who's going to say, yes, I can help you. I'm going to put you under my wing. I still do that today to some people that I'm looking up to. Some people who are much greater than me, I volunteer my time. Of course, because I've got a business to run, so I can't volunteer all my time. But there's plenty of them that I've volunteered. Hey, what are you doing? You're putting up a conference. I'll volunteer my team to be available for social media and help me. And with that, I start learning what they're doing. I start seeing how they're thinking. I start seeing how they plot things. I start seeing, I'm like, oh, okay. And guess what I do? I go out and implement the same in my business when my voluntary is done. But here is something else. How about you got a deal? Within that deal, you say, TJ, this is my deal you put onto the table. I don't have any money, but I want to learn how to crack this deal and make it work. And I crack the deal with you because that's what I do for a living. And it comes out into something else. And let's assume this deal here is a 5 million rand deal. It's a 1 million rand deal. And out of it, you then say, can I have a 1%, a 2%, or whatever the case is? You're not being greedy because you know nothing, right? But you're volunteering your time and your skills, and I'm telling you what to do. And out of it, you're taking a 5% and you are learning. Haven't you done more, or will you not be getting more than anyone else who's sitting on the sideline? So that's the second thing that I want you guys to do today. And I wish I did that when I was a little bit younger. But actually, I did that, but I did that in the wrong space. So when I was a little bit younger in my days, basically what I did is that I used to spend a lot of my time volunteering in underprivileged homes. So in my time of growing up, there was lots of kids that were HIV and had AIDS, and I spent a lot of time volunteering in there. But what it did, it harnessed my spirit in terms of helping others, and I continuously do that up until now, right? So is that something that you can enhance, start in your youth? I think it's a good thing, right? The third thing that I want to speak to is that when I started working, I think in my early 20s, I realized that I'm actually doing more work than my senior managers. And I became hungry for the title. I became hungry for the title, not knowing that this title also comes through with more responsibilities and more burdens. And here is the thing. When you are in your under 30s, don't chase the money, chase the training. I'm going to say that again. When you are in your under 30s, don't chase the money, don't chase the title, chase the training. So when you're in your early 30s, you are in a very mature space in terms of absorbing more knowledge, in terms of learning. So learn. If you're in a job where you are actually, being trained and they're giving more responsibility on you, I think it's a very good position to be in that space, because the more you're going to be under immense pressure in terms of learning, you are going to be able to get all of that. The more you're trained in your above 30s, I guarantee you some things you'll be able to do in your sleep. I work extremely hard, longer hours for as long as my body is carrying me these days. I do 6 to 7 hours of sleep, sometimes 5. Why? Because when I was in my below 30s, I started doing that because of the training and the consultings that I used to do back in the days. So it has trained me to do that. So it's not a problem now that I'm above 30s. It's not a problem for me to do that. My body is acclimatized to that, right? The fourth thing that I want to say to you is that whilst you are learning, the one person that you are going to choose to learn from is not the start and the end of be all. What you now need to be doing, remember we're talking about to the under 30s here, right? And if you're in under 30s, wherever you're watching me from right now, if this is making any sense, drop some comments in there. Let me know what is it that if I'm talking sense to you, if this is making sense to you, I just want to check in with you. Is it making sense? But provided you gotta be under 30s, right? And if it is making sense, I want you to then tag someone else in their 30s as well, under 30s, to say they also need to listen to this. Something else that I have said to myself, a very good friend of mine, right? And they were in their under 30s. They stumbled upon some money, big money. However, because they didn't have good training, they didn't believe in themselves, they didn't know what they wanted. They got a couple of millions. Whether you can get a couple of millions from inheritance, from anything of those natures, but they got the money, and in a very short period of time of less than 2 years, that money was gone. And you could be asking yourself, but how can they lose that? Guys, there's lots of people out there that win lotto, that win. Go and check them out. Google them, people that win lottos, people that stumble upon money when they don't know who they are, when they don't have the trainings, when they don't have a purpose in life. What happens to that money? It disappears. And this is something I didn't stumble upon lots of money in my younger days, but this person who's in my lower 30s, they did that. So great. As I was in my earlier 30s, some of the other things, I remember wasting time, a lot of time watching, binge watching. I used to watch movies quite a lot. And I'm not saying that that's bad watching movies, but basically what it is that if I have to look back, I have less time these days. So is there something wrong in binge watching? No, there isn't. I do it sometimes, but not all the times. I think I dedicate maybe these days for around about a day, and I can do TV for like maybe 2 hours to 3 hours at max, and I do it with my beautiful wife, and just for us to shut down from anything else that's happening in the world, and we do 2 hours and that's it. So that's kind of like a movie. We do one movie a week and that's it, right? Or maybe if we're binge watching something, that's 2 series on Netflix and that's it. But here is the thing: 2 series, 2 episodes. Yeah, you got that right. Now, so here is the thing: in your younger days, had I saved up that time, or converted that time in learning something that I want to do, I could have been miles ahead, but I didn't do that. So I spent more time watching movies. Music and movies in my days were the thing. And I can tell you within those times, I can tell you who was the who's and the who's at that time. Now, here's the other thing. I didn't know how to create wealth. That was so foreign to me. So maybe I want to say to you today, if it is foreign to you on how to create wealth, and remember, I'm talking to the under 30s, yeah? So you're looking at your parents, and your parents, they're still employed, and wealth for them means the house that they have. Hey, that's the generation that they have. But this generation that we're talking about in today, and the generation that you're in, it's got more in terms of the taste of what is wealth. Wealth being created by getting assets. And what are those assets? I've seen there's many assets. There is many assets that you can buy. But I'm in real estate. Why am I in real estate? It's because I believe that assets on the real estate, they've been tested for centuries. I know that you are in the era of Bitcoins and all of these things that are coming up, and you're saying to yourselves, hey, this is the easy money. This is, if you understand this, you can trade it faster, you make more money faster. Great, no problem. I bank that. I've got lots of mates that are doing that. But what I want to say to you is that a lot of these things are new. You also want to make money or create some money or create wealth or buy assets that will then create the wealth for you. And that basically means that how best can you get into tasted stuff like real estate, right? So as my under 30s, I've actually spoken to the team at M5 Property Addicts and I said, hey guys, how can we help the under 30s? How can we help the under 30s? I looked at the guys in my office and I said, how can I help them to be doing what we are doing, to be building their assets so that they don't have to go and work, exchange their time for money? Because a lot of you, that's what you are in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you guys a link. Within this link, I just want to make sure that are you in your 30s and under 30s? So this is for under 30s, right? This is for under 30s. You gotta be under 30s, and I need you to fill in the form that I'm going to send you. And within filling in that form, you can kind of like decide, are you really wanting to learn about property itself? That's what it is. You gotta need to learn how to do property itself. So that's the thing, right? It's an under 30s thing, and that's what it is. So fill in the form. When you fill in the form, basically what we're going to do on the under 30s, I want to understand from your perspective. I want to understand from your perspective, because I'm no longer in my 30s. I'm no longer under 30s. So I've gone that era. I've missed it. There was no one around me who could, teach us these things. I knew that these things could be done, but I just didn't know how. You are very lucky. You've got people like me that are reaching out to you to say, hey, under 30s, how can we help you? Now I sound like FMB, isn't it? It doesn't matter, right? So the point here is, I am reaching out to you to ask you the question to say, how can I help you for you to reach to the goals that you want to get to? If property is something that you want to do, then I need you to click on the link. Once you click on the link, right, you fill in everything that you need to do. But more importantly, I want to understand from you on how I can help you. And I can't help you if I don't know you. That's number one. So I'm giving you an opportunity so that me and you, we can know each other. That's number one. Number two, how can I help you if I don't know where you are stuck? So I can help you once you have shown me where you are stuck. I can help you if you also understand yourself. So I need to help you, but you need to know yourself for me to be able to help you. This is all about the youth today, because it is 16 June, and we're going to dedicate a program to the youth. And within this program, it is going to be a program that we're going to take forward for the under 30s, and you can come in, plug in into that program. But I'm going to design the program to suit what you need to be helped. So for the next 30 days, I am asking you to share this video to as many under 30s that you know. So share this with anyone else that you know. Share it on WhatsApp. Share it on YouTube. Share it on Facebook. Just share it. I want to get to as many youth that we can, so that we can hear from them. And from there on, we will then create a program at a very low cost for people to come in. And then they will learn and create their own businesses and be able to make money. So the link is in the comments. It does say under 30 M5 Property Addicts. So it does say under 30 M5 PA. So jump on that link if you are under 30. And if you want to be an advocate, what is an advocate? Someone who champions the under 30s. Fill in the application form, rally as many people that you can, and I am going to put the program that is designed to help you. I know you got no money because you're just starting to work. So that's a fact. It's a given. I know that you don't have much of the skill. That's a fact. I know that I was in under 30. I know that you don't even know how to look at opportunities. That's okay. That's what I want to help you with. But I can only help you if I know, if I understand how I can help you. I'm no longer in my 30s, so this is not for me, but this is for me to give you what I think can help you. I want you to get to the space that where I am a little bit faster. You don't have to wait to get older for you to become rich. You don't have to wait to be older for you to have passive income. You don't have to wait to lose money and try and error for you to get to passive income. You don't have to. So I'm going to say this to you. There's many people out there that are going to claim they can train you, they can do all of these things and magic powers and gurus, they are what. I'm just here to help you. That's all I'm here for. You can see the things that I've done. You know what we have done as M5 Property Addicts. And I can only help those that will raise their hand to say, TJ, I need your help. Okay, that's all there is to it. Just raise up your hand. And the way you're going to raise up your hand is in the comments. There is a link, and within that link it says under 30 M5 PA. All right. Okay, good stuff. Anything else other than this, ladies and gentlemen, we can reach out, we can talk to it. But here today is the 16th of June. Within the next 30 days, this is day number 1. Share this with as many people that you can. And let's try to help the ordinary South African, or let's try to help out anyone who wants to be helped throughout the world for as long as they are under 30. We will be talking soon. Look out for your emails within the next 30 days. I will be putting, my team and I will be putting this under 30 program, but I can only put it together once you tell me what is it that you are lacking in, and we'll put that together and we can get you to be making money in property. And this is just about for people that are looking to play in the property space. We're not about selling. We're not about doing estate agents. No, we're not. We are about building legacy. So if you want to create legacy at a younger age, then I want you to be talking to me on that link. It is I, TJ, who will check you out on the next video.